Rather than writing things down in a journal, I tend to write poems. It's a more artistic way to express how I'm feeling, and it's very therapeutic. So I've gathered up some of my most recent poems that tend to have a darker side with some very intimate moments where I needed to express myself. And I thought I'd share them with you here today. Just breathe. The skies are beginning to open. The sun is coming through. Remember to keep on breathing. God always sees you through. Life never promises happiness. It comes with many tears. Through life's many ups and downs, it secretly steals your years. Looking for the things I lost from my distant past, a single tear rolls down my face, knowing nothing's meant to last. I took it in and held it tight, not knowing the wrangling strife. A familiar place, still unforgiving, slashing swiftly like a knife. Possessing faith endowed with trust, my heart I gave with such enrapture. Hidden secrets now revealed, unspoken words that fractured. When untold chapters hide behind a smile that's so familiar, it has a way of fooling those who don't expect peculiar. My heart that was entrusted by the one who said he cared, now a broken hollow shell, my true being left unrepaired. Trying hard to overcome the surreal broken bond, many months have now passed, I just can't seem to respond. Broken promises by your choices and your given free will resonate in my broken heart, yes, they're all there still. The question I've been asking for just about a year have yet to be answered. What is it that you fear? Putting away my umbrella, for the rain has begun to fade, a beautiful rainbow takes its place, reminding me not to be afraid. There's nothing left I have to say but this simple phrase: you'll never find a rarer jewel who would have loved you all your days. Rising above. Minutes to hours and on to days, years gone by with much to say. Fears kept hidden deep within, turned your back forever therein. The plethoras of memories screaming inside. Why are you trying to forget and to hide? Memories here and meant forever, regardless of absence or lost treasures. A memory fades, but not for long, awoken in laughter, sadness or song. Keeping deep within the darkness, we often wonder, why so heartless? Then remembered it all turned gray, life shattered, never meaning to stay. As the door closed, leaving just pieces, disheartened days, darkness increases, left wondering how, rising above, can find pure happiness, possibly love. Living life in such disarray, hiding the memories, wanting to stay. Is this the life meant to live? Unburden your heart, let life give. Praise the Lord God above. Open your heart, feel his love. Through the darkness, he is there, holding your hand and praising in prayer. Never alone were you lost. Find God's love, it has no cost. Live the life he planned for you. Joy and happiness, love so true. Eyes wide open, ready to fear. The great unknown all seems so clear. Give to the Lord God above. Here you'll feel his abundant love. After this, you'll come to find life makes more sense, not following blind. The Wake. A story told is a gift to whom it may concern, but when it's full of holes, you see, it's just a lesson learned. Not for the one who listens or the one who speaks. It's for the one who's heard it twice and now knows your technique. Words matter either way, spoke with lies or guilt. When the truth has surfaced, the foundation has been built. One by one, a brick is laid, covering up the last. Lies follow the same suit, piling from the past. The circle's never ending, catching all in its wake. The time has come to break the spell and slam on the brakes. Regret is so powerful, and soon you will see. Telling stories and untruths will only make you lonely. Lost Faith. The places she remembers in a not-so-distant past are all closed spaces with their flags at half-mast. Sitting in the silence of restrained reverberation, perceiving the world of its hateful fixation. What once was right appears now is wrong. It leaves you with the feeling of, where do I belong? Nowhere to hide as the bombs are exploding. Hatred found its fear as mankind is eroding. A cry calls out from beneath the burning rubble. Please forgive me, O Lord, if I've caused you any trouble. One last breath before the world's hatred overtakes her. I gave you my best, O Lord, as she forces her last whisper. I pray, O Lord, may this war rescind and find its closure, so we may restore our faith in man and regain our grace and composure. Breaking the mold. Days grow shorter as the cold sets in, standing in the shadows as the light begins to dim. Darkness is falling. She tries to catch her breath, sealing in her fate amidst her living death. The walls are shrieking as the room narrows in its size, the doors wide shut, offering no compromise. Buried in the deep abyss, fond memories disappear, filling in the empty spaces, leaving only fear. Pacing and turning, the tightening convolution. Must I endure this pain, my suffering dissolution? I really need to make it stop. The pain is hard to bear. I've had enough for 7 lives. This really is unfair. Reaching high, feeling low, this is my perception. Nothing ever changes, for we live in pure deception. If I could only learn to fly, I'd soar above the fold, learning how to breathe again by breaking all the molds. Broken promises. My heart that was entrusted by the one who said he cared, now a broken hollow shell, my true being left unrepaired. Trying hard to overcome the surreal broken bond, many months have now passed, I just can't seem to respond. Promises broken by your choices and your given free will resonate in my broken heart. Yes, they're all there still. The questions I've been asking for just about a year have yet to be answered. What is it that you fear? Putting away my umbrella, for the rain has begun to fade. A beautiful rainbow takes its place, reminding me not to be afraid. There's nothing left I have to say but this simple phrase: you'll never find a rarer jewel. Who would have loved you all your days? The Tempered Leaf. As the light begins to fade and darkness takes the night, another day has met its end, drifting out of sight. Gentle breezes once that warmed, flowing all around, catch a leaf with a chill, falling to the ground. Watching through a pane of glass as it all transpires, all things come to an end, a bittersweet retire. Feeling changes in the air as trees begin their weeping, dropping their coats of armor, soon they will be sleeping. Lonely leaves once so bright, lying on the ground, measuring moments of their life now without a sound. Was it all worth the time, growing strong and bright, stripped of strengths and colors, then simply dropped out of sight? Will you remember when I was in my glory, dancing in the light of day, creating my own story? Lonely nights of my past locked within my epic tale. Is that the part that comes to mind when I'm feeling ever frail? A new beginning dawning as the night turns into day, a bittersweet reminder that I wasn't meant to stay. Remember me as I take flight, blowing in the wind. I was here and had a purpose as I begin to rescind. Seasons change but for a moment, here to share a smile, bearing grace as our paths cross in artistic style. Vibrant green tones of red, then fades to brown, quite fast. A temper-faded leaf falling reminds me of my past. Will you remember after the trees have turned to gray, a shining beacon full of light, spreading joy to each and every day? Days ahead will bring new glory beginning on the horizon. Memories will comfort you as sunlight shines on every rising. The Coming Frost. Summer's gone, fall's half past. Winter's coming rather fast. Yesterday's gone, not tomorrow. My past is present with my sorrow. As the leaves begin to die, the colors they bear are asking why. Screaming orange, yellow, and red, they once were drifting off to bed. Now they're whirling round and round, falling swiftly to the ground, in a place they've not been before, lost and terrified to their core. They once were cherished, standing tall, now crumbled, faded, and feeling small. If there's a way to turn back time, I'd gladly do it, just in rhyme. You see, it's not just the leaves, nor the colors, nor the trees. When past is present and all is lost, winter's coming, I feel the frost. With every passing year gone by, when cold sets in, it makes me cry. Things remembered, things forgot, my heart and stomach tied up in knots. Feelings linger, good and bad, either way they make me sad. Another season's on its way, reminds me of my yesterday. A time that seemed to just stand still, all my surroundings so tranquil. As did the leaves, I'm asking why, our lives so full, not ready to die. The beauty we had now is lost, reminded yearly by the frost.
This poem is called You Suck. Tell me your truths, I'll tell you no lies. Fess up to your life, then shoot a high five. Beg me to stay after your truth. Don't be surprised if I'm feeling aloof. Spreading your news of your new lady, your easy lay, what a great payday. Shooting the shit with all of your friends, bragging her up, you need a good cleanse. What do you want or expect me to say? You had your chance, but instead went astray. By no means did it bring us closer. What a farce, even grosser. Yeah, you suck, but you already know that. You've told me repeatedly. At least you own it.
This too shall pass. I'm on my own, not by choice, but by fortuitous mishap. I've lost the voice I once had that used to like to laugh. Feeling lonely and alone, uncertainty has found my face. Where I used to like to dance, emptiness takes its place. My expression has a sadness of the memories left behind. No emotion left inside, just a nothingness that I hide. You'd never know how I feel, I hide it with a smile. I push it all to the back, as nothing seems worthwhile. Since the day this begun, I've felt this hollowness. I long to see and feel the sun and be filled with happiness. Have I forgotten how it feels to dance in the rain, knowing that I just don't care or have to feel the pain? They say that yes, this shall pass, and all will be forgotten. It's been so long I've paid my dues, why does this rope feel tautened? I pray, O Lord, you'll comfort me in times of my despair. Bring me to a joyous place where love and peace will share. A prayer for myself. I said a prayer for me today. I know God must have heard. I felt the answer in my heart, although he spoke no word. I didn't ask for wealth or fame. I knew he wouldn't mind. I asked him to send treasures of far more lasting kind. I asked that he'd be near me at the start of each new day, to grant me health and blessings and friends to share my way. I asked for happiness for me in all things great and small, but it was for his loving care I prayed for most of all. A special place. In these troubled times, as things appear quite gray, look up to the skies on any given day. Above the clouds it seems, far from your reach, a silent whisper lends its way in a gentle speech. Do not despair, my child, or even make a fuss. I'm here to remind you that faith sustains us. Know that I love you in the most adoring way. I hear all your requests each night as you pray. Sometimes things may happen that you don't quite understand. Just know that I am with you, holding both your hands. Soon the thick clouds will begin to fade away. Bring a quiet peace on earth, sending shiny days. I have not forgot you, you're right here with me. A special place I've saved for you along your destiny. So hold up your head and follow me close. I'm here to guide you, all who listen. This I do propose. I didn't write this one, and it's not a poem, but it fits. Hope. If you only carry one thing throughout your entire life, let it be hope. Let it be hope that better things are always ahead.
Let it be hope that you can get through even the toughest of times. Let it be hope that you are stronger than any challenge that comes your way. Let it be hope that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now, and that you are on the right path to where you're meant to be. Because during these times, hope will be the very thing that carries you through.
It all started when my husband at the time of 27 years decided to leave me for one of my friends. And that devastated me. And I never really got over that. I started dating someone that I knew from high school. And I felt safe with him because I knew him. And he was my brother's best friend back then. We were together for 7 years, and a lot of things happened that I wasn't aware of. I guess I was just naive. I don't know. But needless to say, it didn't end well. And it was probably the biggest betrayal I've ever felt, next to the betrayal I felt of my husband of 27 years, who left me for someone else. This person did the same thing, basically, but it didn't work out with her, so he wanted to get back with me. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Once you feel betrayed by someone, it's a feeling I can't even explain. It's painful. It's really, really painful. And it's degrading. It's just, I felt so disrespected. And I felt so unworthy and unloved and embarrassed. I felt embarrassed. There's just so many emotions that it brought to me that I've been dealing with now for 3 years. I've actually developed PTSD because of all the things that I've been through this last 3 years after everything happened with my relationship of 7 years. And I'm getting better because I know what I have, and it's myself. I have what it takes, and I am strong. I am strong enough and brave enough and capable enough and worthy enough. And it's time to stop thinking otherwise and believing in myself, because no one else has my dreams. No one else knows what I aspire to do in my life. No one else knows the world exactly the way I do. And no one else holds the same magic that I hold inside. And it's time to start believing in the power of my dreams. I know I can get through this. And it's not going to be next year. It's not going to be next month or even tomorrow. It's going to be now. I am ready now because I am enough. The best feeling in the whole world is watching things finally starting to fall into place after for so long watching them fall right apart. I deserve peace. I deserve respect. And I can walk away from people or things that prevent me from obtaining it. I need closure. And closure doesn't happen until after you accept the things that you can't change. And letting go. And moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy of how the relationship could have been. Because I know how it could have been. It would have been more of the same. So I have accepted that. And I'm ready to move forward. There's a difference between giving up and knowing when you've had enough. And I've known a long time now that I've had enough. And one of the best moments in my life is when I finally found the courage to let go of what I couldn't change. I am free. I am me. And nobody can take that away from me. Nobody.